Forget what you heard. Yeah, boy!
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Forget What You Heard. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Luke.
And on today's episode of Forget What You Heard, we're going to do a little summary of Week 5, what happened, scores, what's going on in the league, the pulse of the nation. But before we get down to the nitty-gritty, I need to hear something, I need to hear it now, and I need to hear it through my heartstrings. How you doing, Brother Barry?
I'm smooth, man. Thanks for asking.
Nice.
It's good weather out there, man. It's the fall season, my favorite season personally. Good weather out there, man. Football weather, sports weather. Getting a lot of action, man. And it's a good time of the year, man. It's a good time to be a good person.
Amen, brother. Before we get started, I wanted to put a spotlight on a young monkey named Uncle Fatty. He was a morbidly obese monkey. I'm not sure what type, but I think this is we're shining a light on animal cruelty in this little section of Forget What You Heard. If you want to look at a picture of him, Luke's seen it. He can kind of take you through what he thought when he saw Uncle Fatty for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's got a eating disorder, I guess, and is it animal cruelty? Like, did they give him garbage or?
Yeah, I think they allowed him to get garbage. It got to the point that he was so robust and large that it became a game to feed him and see how big his belly could get.
Is that true?
Yeah, this is very true.
Man, that's sad, man. People are wrong, man.
I know, at the expense of Uncle Fatty, they even put him through monkey training to try to get off some of the LBs and kind of give him a second chance at life, but it doesn't look like he made it through it, man.
So did he just get addicted to eating poop?
Junk food.
Bad food?
Yeah, he was addicted to junk food and sugar.
What were some of the things that he would eat?
Lay's potato chips, chili cheese fries, Frito pie.
Soda pop?
A lot of cranberry juice. It's just a sad thing that, that I just wanted to touch on because, you're not supposed to just, monkeys need, they can have human food every now and again, but, as a snack, you can't eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner like a human, or he's going to turn out to be morbidly obese, and his belly is very, just something to behold, not in a good way. It's kind of disturbed, but he lost his life in 2019, and I just wanted to shout out Uncle Fatty. And, I hope there's not any more of that going on in that region anymore. I think they learned their lesson, but so in a way he's a martyr for all those struggling with eating disorders.
So you're trying to bring the animal cruelty to light?
Yeah, I don't think it should happen that way.
Do you have a solution for those that are abusing animals?
The solution is let the animal be an animal. Let the animal eat animal food. Let him, do animal things. He probably sat around eating junk food like he was, like a couch potato,
That's what it looked like, yeah.
I think that's what his whole goal in life was, to get the next, fix of food.
He had the belly of a casual Walmartian.
Yeah, he did. It was just and it's not funny, but there's a headline of a news report about him, and they're like, tumor free, because they're thinking it was a tumor. It was so large. Turns out he was tumor free. It was just
That's horrible, dude.
His belly was ginormous, man.
Yeah, he's definitely riding the carts around in the stores.
Yeah, he was
He's
right.
not a push cart type of guy.
He was one of those guys that whenever you ain't looking, he's putting stuff in the grocery cart. And when you pull up to the register, you're like, how did that get in there?
Yeah.
And Uncle Fatty's turned the other cheek, and he's gone down the other aisles.
He's just looking around like he didn't do nothing.
But now he's in the great, grocery store in the sky, man. Probably, lean, nice, climbing little monkey bars like he's supposed to be doing.
Was he depressed?
I'm pretty sure. I don't think he can do the things that monkeys want to, like climb. He couldn't really walk. He couldn't do much.
And this was because of the people that did it to him.
Yeah, they thought it was funny
That's
and
horrible,
games.
man.
I know, and I think, there's got to be a line drawn in the sand,
I agree with that.
But, let's get, on a brighter note, let's get into some football. Rest in peace, Uncle Fatty. We love you.
Mm-hmm.
Week 5, baby. We had a lot of things going on. Let's start out with... We're going to do things differently this week on Forget What You Heard. We're not going to go through all the stat lines. It's kind of gets redundant after some time. We're just going to tell you the score, talk about the highlights of the game. We're not going to get into, the microscopic, stats and all that. We're just going to get into the interesting, juicy stuff. Sound good?
I think so.
All right, let's go with the worst football game in history of the NFL.
Really?
The Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. The Colts come out victorious 12-9, no touchdowns. Yes, really, Luke. Yes, really. As a Broncos fan, it was kind of a point of no return for me. Russell Wilson, thought we could rely on him. Turns out he's lost. What are you seeing from Russ? Is there a solution, or is it just downhill from here?
Probably neither. I was just thinking just like a coast it out. I don't think he's done for, but I don't think we're going to see that guy who's carrying the team or anything. I don't think we see that, but I think you just ride with them, man. You have to, man. You have until 2024. We'll have to see. We'll just play the season out, however it goes. Then how you make decisions, what you do with the coaching staff. 'Cause, you're gonna have Russell next year too, so you just gotta play it out, man. I haven't seen a lot of promising things, but I know he's a better player than what he's been. So it's just riding it out, dog.
As a scoring Broncos fan, it's like this is one of the worst pains of a season, because the last few seasons we know we weren't gonna be anything special, and then going in with high hopes and having them crush like this, especially on a Thursday night game when literally everyone's watching it. All social media is dogging on the Broncos, but that's neither here nor there. The Colts aren't very good either, and the product they put on the field was, very, very hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Ryan, on the flip side of things for the Colts, Matt Ryan looks like, he might be, Father Time might be catching up to him.
Yeah, overall it was like you said, probably the worst game I've ever watched, to be fair, but the Broncos had a chance to win this game multiple times throughout this game, man. Their defense got turnovers. They, played. They had a really good game up until that last drive, but a lot of opportunities, a lot of drives that ended in the red zone with no points. It just kind of seemed like it's been the same with the Broncos in terms of just not being able to take advantage of, good drives or just getting lucky. The ball's not really falling their way. They're not really making it easy for themselves. But this was a winnable game, but unfortunately the Colts had that last drive and was able to put points on the board. A lot of injuries, man. Thursday night games are tough.
Yeah, people are falling left and right. The Broncos lost Ronald Darby to an ACL, lost the Garrett Bowles starting tackle to
Baron
a broken
Browning.
leg. Naeem Hines was knocked out in like the first series of the game.
Ryan Kelly, Kwity Paye, like had a really bad injury as well.
Yeah, I wonder if Thursday nights are very sinister.
Yeah, I read this thing about Thursday night games. Someone mentioned if they owned or coached an NFL team, they would sit their starters on Thursday night games if they had one. What are your thoughts on that?
Is it because it's a short week they don't have enough time to get their bodies ready to play football?
I think so. Yeah, I think there's research behind it as well.
I don't know about all that. I just think it's bad luck. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
How come there's more injuries on Thursday than any other game?
Well, I mean, if the science backs it up, it makes sense. But I mean, as I wouldn't sit my starters.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
It's just like I don't know. I'm not too big on Thursday night games. But yeah, for both of these franchises, it just they came into the year with such high expectations, good solid rosters, and they've severely underperformed. I mean, I will say there's a couple bright spots, like you said, the defense for the Broncos. Cortland Sutton has been the brightest spot for the Broncos, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna pick one, and it's not like even like a super bright spot. It's just he's been the number one target. Obviously he's Russell's most trusted guy, going to him back-to-back plays in overtime in the end zone.
Bad.
But that last one was costly. You know, you see KJ Hamler was wide open. He let out his frustration, and I understand. Like, Cortland's your guy. You expect him to make a play there, but you gotta trust your teammates. You gotta trust some of the other guys as well. I mean, even like a player like KJ Hamler, if he's that upset, like a guy that's not even really a starter, and he's showing that much emotion, I mean, that says a lot, because, you know, he wants to win, and maybe he's frustrated with Russell. You know, some of these guys may be really frustrated.
Yeah, and another bright spot for the Colts was Alec Pierce.
Yes, yeah.
He looks
He's good,
very,
man.
very, fresh and very agile guy. He's been his usage has gone up every week. He looks good. It's a promising, maybe a little duo. Because Paris Campbell, I think we can stick a fork in him.
Yeah.
It's
Unfortunately.
Michael Pittman, he's gonna be good. He's their number one, but I think it's something the Colts have been missing for a really long time, is that number two guy you can kind of rely on, and Alec Pierce looks to be that guy.
Yeah, we'll see. It's still early. I mean, I would say so far, Thursday was like his breakout performance. He had 8 catches for 81 yards. It was his best game of the year. He had 3 really nice catches too. And I mean, you have to have one of that number 2 guy. Whenever Pittman or your number 1 receiver is going up against a Patrick Surtain or Jalen Ramsey, you're gonna have to have that number 2 take advantage of his matchups and stuff. And he did. He did a good job. And he's got the tools, man. He's about 6'4", 6'3", ran a 4.4. And he looks all of it, man. He looks really good.
Would you pick him up in fantasy football?
Yeah, he would be. If I had to make like a waiver list of like 5, like who I'm picking up.
He'd be 5th, wouldn't he?
Nah, he would be up. He would be on there. I'm not really sure off the top of my head where I would have him, but yeah, 4 or 5 probably.
What about Mike Boone?
What about him?
Would you pick him up
If
he's available?
No, I don't think so.
I think
he had a nice run in this game. Melvin Gordon kind of handled most of it, and I think that's going to be what it is moving forward. But they also brought in Latavius Murray, and he's going to be an impact. He's going to have a role in this offense eventually too. So, I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't really gone off as a disgruntled Broncos fan on this podcast yet, but if this continues, I'm going to go on like a 30-minute rant, if that's okay with you, Luke.
The floor is yours, man, whenever you're ready to do it.
Yeah, just give me maybe 2 weeks if I haven't seen any, progression or any sign of life. Yeah, I'm going to rip into someone, and it ain't going to be pretty.
Well, I guess the bright spot is, Russell He had that torn lap, but he's practicing, I
I think
think.
it's excuse.
And then Justin Simmons is back. Greg Dulcich is finally healthy, and he should be here for week 6. So, we'll see, man. They're gonna have to get right one of these weeks.
Yep. All right, moving on. Uh-oh, looks like we're taking the boat over yonder. The G-Men versus the Green Bay Packers. The Giants, of all teams, take down the Green Bay Packers 27-22 in England. 4-1. Is this even real life?
Oh man, this might be soft.
Look, I ain't even gonna play games no more. Brian Daboll, this is like the best first year head coaching job I've seen in many, many fortnights. With this roster, I can't even name a lot of their wide receivers. All I can name is Saquon Barkley and Danny Jones.
That's all you need to know, bud.
And they're winning games, man. I gotta. My hat's off to Brian Daboll and the Giants. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. You know. I think a lot of it has to do with Saquon, and Daniel Jones not losing games. I don't think he's fumbling as much. He's not turning the ball over. I don't know how long this will last. This little, stroke of luck, if you want to call it, or, their schedule gets harder. I'm not sure. But it's just hats off to the Giants and how hard they're playing. It's a nice storyline for the NFL season, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. Who would have thought the Giants would be 4-1 after 5 games? Coming into the offseason, like we all knew they were going to be improved. They did a lot in the offseason. I mean, shoot, dude, Brian Daboll's got to be the coach of the year after 5 weeks, man. He's
absolutely
just a very, very smart coach. I think he's really good with the players. I think the players love playing for him. And, ultimately, what we've seen out of Daniel Jones, they're using him to his strengths. It's not just like a certain system that they're trying to force him to be a part of. It's like Daniel Jones is an athletic player. He's a pretty accurate quarterback. So nothing crazy. Let's keep everything in front, and we're gonna let him run. We're gonna let him roll out of the pocket, get 7 carries a game, and just let him do his thing, man. So he's done a pretty good job at that, and obviously Saquon, getting him back and healthy, the way he's looking right now, there's not a better running back in the league.
Is Daniel Jones' future still in question with the Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't been very good, honestly.
No, they have. And
but can you blame him?
No. I think Daniel Jones has done a good job so far this year, but I think if you're the general manager of the Giants and you're looking at, the upcoming draft, you're looking at Daniel Jones and you're like, I can upgrade this position. I can bring in a better prospect, a guy who, that we believe in, because they weren't the staff that was there when they first drafted Daniel Jones, so they might go look to find their guy. But that's just the way I view it. I think they're gonna try to bring their guy in.
Yeah, and for the other team, the Packers, I'm gonna be honest with you. They were up by 2 scores, and I thought they were gonna run this game away. Luke, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Aaron Rodgers lost this game because he wanted to be a hero.
You believe that?
I believe that he wanted the ball in his hands. He wanted to throw the ball around the yard when he had 2 running backs averaging 5 yards a carry. All right? And instead he chose to target Allen Lazard and Randall Cobb 21 times. What did A.J. Dillon had 5 carries, 6 carries, averaging almost 6 yards a carry?
Yeah.
Aaron Jones had 9 carries?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. They're going against what they said they were going to do in the offseason. They had a comfortable lead. They have a good defense. But I'm thinking Aaron Rodgers' ego is getting the best of this team, and he's trying to put up he's trying to be like Tom Brady. He wants to throw the ball, 40,
But
50
why?
times a game.
So the play calling is on Aaron Rodgers.
I think he has a lot to say. Don't you? Wouldn't you think so?
I think
You think Aaron Rodgers is just going to listen to whatever's going on and be okay with it?
No, not 100%. No, but I mean, I agree with the fact that I think the play calling was horrible. I mean, the Giants didn't have Leonard Williams, their best guy up front, and they just kind of refused to challenge the Giants' running defense.
And that's where it's lost on me, man.
And then, like you said, I mean, Aaron Jones had 13 carries, 63 yards. That's efficient. And then A.J. Dillon had 6 carries for 34 yards. So it's like the efficiency, they were moving the ball with the running game.
They had a lead.
But yet they threw the ball 39 times. And even on that, it was crazy because the first 2 drives of the game, when they scored 10 points, it was mainly running, run. And then they just gave up after that. But that formula seemed to work. I don't know why they went away from it.
You don't think that the Aaron Rodgers theory is playing a factor?
I think maybe
the
to
ego theory.
No, I think to a certain extent, but I'm not sure if I would just. I mean I'm not sure the play calling isn't 100% Rodgers, but I'm sure he had a.
He can audible out of plays.
Yeah, I get that. I just say the play calling in general was bad. I'm not sure how much of that is Rodgers or LaFleur.
I thought ayahuasca was supposed to kill your ego.
Yeah, wouldn't that make a case for it being LaFleur?
Yeah, but I don't know. Something just doesn't add up. That was a very poorly coached, called game. But at the end of the day...
But at the same... I mean, the weapons Rodgers has stinks. They need another receiver.
They stink, yes.
So, I mean, that should also play a part into why you should want to run the ball more.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. And LaFleur loves his running backs.
Yeah, but they use them weird, man. They don't really... I don't know.
A.J. Dillon didn't have a target.
And I think all those carries were in the first half.
I think, yeah. First quarter, first 2 drives.
And Aaron Jones got a few carries, but yeah, I mean, we've already nailed the nail in the coffin on that one. The Packers' defense was bad.
Yeah, I started them in fantasy.
You did?
Yeah, hoping for... because there's question marks coming in with Daniel Jones, the injury. Then the defense had been pretty good. I thought they would get a lead, run the ball, so that the game would go by fast. And I think they'd keep hammering it. The game would go by fast. They'd win 20-3 or something. Keep Daniel Jones at bay. But the Giants had other plans, and I'm Saquon will, you can pencil in Saquon having a 40, 30-yard run, 50-yard run, 60-yard run. So, I mean, that's understandable, but having, Daniel Jones, driving on you and, doing the dang thing is kind of disappointing for that Packers defense, honestly.
Yeah, they were bad in this game. They couldn't stop. I mean, Daniel Jones was 21 of 27. He was moving the ball down the field. He was running. And I think they only got 1 sack on him, but it wasn't really it was kind of an accident. But they didn't pressure him. They just, bad game. But ultimately, man, the Giants being 4-1, the NFC East is looking pretty good.
Yeah, who would have thunk?
Who would have thunk that, Bug?
I don't know. Let's go back to the domestic territory of North America.
Okay.
Do you feel safe there?
Yeah. I could hold my own.
How do you feel about being on the open sea and pirate law?
Not good. I wouldn't be very comfortable, but that makes you a better man, I feel like.
I feel like it makes you a better man because in the open sea and pirate law, you basically can't trust anyone, even your best friend, because they could potentially make you walk the plank, take the booty from you, booty as in money, and push you off the plank and have you, swim with the sharks, basically. Because literally, people probably change out in the open water.
I agree. Definitely some big booty on some of them folks.
Yeah, some booty's bigger than other. You know what I mean? Some booty's more valuable.
And to go along with not trusting people, I think the vulnerability goes up tremendously because, I mean, there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. You're on a boat with some folks. You probably got other boats looking for you as well. So where are you going to go? You're going to jump in the ocean and be stuck miles out. You're going to swim.
Gosh.
Like, what are you going to do? So, I mean,
There isn't a choice. It's either fight or
fight to the
fish
death,
food.
or you probably lie your way out of it. Try to be friendly as possible, even though if you don't want to be. You just got to make things work.
That's why, yeah, pirate law is just, all friends, all bets are off. You're at that point. But, yeah, let's get back onto dry land into North America.
I would just be fishing, probably a whole bunch, 24 hours a day.
Fishing?
Sleep and fish, yeah.
I feel like I would be the captain's, like the co-captain, like the guy that has the map.
You'd be like Mr. Smee.
It's a southeast 100 watts per second.
You'd be up on that little basket up
Land
at
ho!
the top. Hey, they're tired of eating.
I'd probably be the first one kicked off. Because one wrong turn and we're let's say we're heading back. Okay, we're going from England to North America. 1 millimeter off, we're headed straight to Madagascar, and everyone's mad at me.
It's crazy that you say that because think about how many times that had probably happened in the past.
Christopher Columbus.
Like, even some people do it, like, on purpose, like, to sabotage the voyage. It's like, oh, we're going to send you 1 foot in this direction. You're going to go to Iceland instead of, Matagorda.
See, like, nowadays we get mad if someone gives us the wrong directions and we get somewhere and we're like 20 minutes away from our original destination. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
Imagine back in the day, you're going on an 8-month voyage
Right.
to a place and you're like, hundreds, thousands of miles away from your destination. So you probably just, like, make that a little like your trip.
Someone's getting thrown off. Someone's hitting the plank.
Someone's, there's going to be a homicide investigation.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, though, you could just throw someone off and that would be the end of it.
Yeah.
No one would really do nothing.
Unless they somehow survived the 7 seas.
You just have to, maybe one of their close friends sends a little letter to the family.
Message in a bottle.
Right.
Alright, we're back, boys. Let's go to the Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh.
I think this was a closer game than everyone thought. The Bears put up a fight, but the Vikings come out victorious, 29-22.
Victorious.
I was proud of the Bears for putting up a fight. They kept it. I mean, it was close to the very end until that. I don't know who did it, but they stripped the ball.
Yeah, it was Equanimeous St. Brown, Cameron Dantzler, cornerback for the Vikings, ripped it from him.
Yeah, that was a great play. Gosh, the Vikings, man.
Hey, I just want to say this real quick.
Go ahead,
the
please.
first 3 drives for the Vikings, 3 drives. Kirk Cousins was 17 of 17, 176 yards and a touchdown. They were up 21-3 after 3 drives.
Force feeding Justin Jefferson.
He had 9 catches, 128 yards in the first half alone.
I think Kirk Cousins. I mean, it's like Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins and like Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp. They're just. It's like, why not just look at them every play,
Yes.
But the Vikings are the Vikings, dude. I know I've said this every week, and I guess at this point I'm never gonna put any stock into the Vikings ever again. You heard it here first. Until, Kirk Cousins is out of the picture. I don't know what happens. But, I mean, they won the game. They won a game they're supposed to win. However, it wasn't easy. But that's just how the story goes.
I just think it's crazy how Kirk Cousins can fluctuate to being a guy who's 17 of 17, very efficient, looks like a MVP quarterback, to going what he did in the second half. Interception, strip sacks, bad throws. It's just a crazy spectrum Kirk Cousins is. I mean, you just never know what you're gonna get out of Kirk Cousins. And as a Minnesota fan, that would be extremely frustrating.
I'm sure
Just the fact that you know he can be like an elite quarterback, and then in the second half of games, primetime games, he looks like, Noodle Joseph.
was this Dalvin Cook's game? His get right game? Because he had 2 touchdowns?
He had a big performance, but I think this was a matchup that we kind of expected something. With Chicago, they're going to be up early. One of those scores came on, Justin Jefferson was called down at the 1. Was originally a touchdown, but they called him down at the 1. Cook got it in there. So a get-right game, maybe so. I just think it was a performance that we kind of expected, and it was. I mean, I think it's good that he was able to do it.
What's the boom game for Dalvin Cook? 140 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
140 yards total.
Yeah, kind of what we've seen in the past, where he kind of just like.
Oh, man, I love those games.
He puts 140, 160 total yards with 2 touchdowns, and he looks like an elite running back, and we haven't really totally seen that this year. He's had some good runs last week too, but we haven't seen one of those big games.
Yeah, and as for the Bears, Justin Fields threw for over 200 yards.
Really? Was that his first time?
It seems like it, doesn't it?
It's got to be, yeah.
David Montgomery was back. He led the team in receiving. Are you happy to have D-Mont back, Monty?
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player. I mean, he didn't have much success on the ground.
I think he might not be good at running the ball.
But he had a really long, like a
30-yard
scamper, catch and run.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, Darnell Mooney had a really nice one-handed catch, about 39 yards, and Cole Kmet, 4 catches for 45. But Justin Fields only completed 9 total throws, so what are we looking at? There's not too much to get. The passing volume's so low. They trailed by double digits, but he was able to get a 52-yard run?
Who, Justin?
Oh, he actually had one called back by penalty. 52-yard touchdown.
I think this is progress for the Bears. At least they showed fight.
Yeah, right.
That he got over 200 yards. So, I mean, the outcome of the game, was as expected. Just NFL's so weird that it came down to a last drive for the Bears, and that interception or fumble, whatever. What was it?
He's like a strip fumble, behind him.
It was a beautiful play there.
Yeah, I mean, being down 17-3 to make it, a one score game by the end of the game is a good sign. Just because they're not giving up, we're gonna play to the end.
I wonder if pirate law is different than Viking law.
Free Darnell Mooney.
Do you ever think about that?
Viking law different than pirate law.
Because pirates are pirates, but Vikings are Vikings.
I feel like there's more law. Higher standards with the Vikings.
Yeah, what is it, the Norse code or something?
Like, no messing with another man's family. Don't look at me, side eye.
Yeah, there's probably more rules and regulations.
Yeah, but they're probably more, like, pristine, a little high, hoity-toityer.
Yeah, they got, if you saw a Viking ship, you'd be like, dude, we gotta get out of here. If you were a pirate ship, you'd be like, we gotta turn around. These guys are coming in hot. They have helmets on. They're blowing Viking horns. We gotta go. This is a very dire situation. So they're like, they're like businessmen
compared
pirates.
To like, it's like street rats who you don't like you don't want to mess with them compared to like the
like
feds.
The mafia. It's like gangs, street gangs versus like the organized mafia.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with either of them. Both can get dirty, but the
Vikings can get a little more. They're probably more ruthless when they get with a.
Like, they're not just gonna drown you, throw you, with rocks tied to your feet in the water. They're gonna like torture you, set ablaze your room, or rip your arms off your head,
and beat you with them.
Yeah, they're gonna do a little more, man.
They're a little more barbaric.
Definitely.
But that's interesting. I never thought about that. Thank you for coming in on that journey with me.
I wish I could crawl out of my skin and see the historic world that we're now talking about.
Wow. You know, I thought about that crawling out of your skin and I was disturbed, but then you ended it with such a beautiful way of looking at things. So, thank you. I wish I could also, I wouldn't say crawl out of my skin, but go back in time like a bird and see these things from like a bird's eye view.
Yeah, it would be amazing to see that stuff. What period of time would you like to have seen?
See, this is where it gets,
That's a tough question.
I would like to go back before humans.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, but there's also a lot of stuff I want to see in like human history.
Okay.
I want to see what was going on when the pyramids were going on.
Hmm.
I want to see what that Sphinx, if it was really real or not.
Might have been a real creature.
Yeah, that's a good question. What time period would you want to go back to?
That's a great question. I think yeah, I mean, I'm not sure of like a time period, but just like going back way, way, way back to like see like the ancient civilizations that we're currently discovering and just like Atlantis and all those and even like the Mayans, I think would be cool to view. Like,
That'd
what the
be
heck
very
were those
cool.
guys doing, dude? I mean, and just, yeah, I mean, dude, what happened with the pyramids?
You wouldn't be curious about the dinosaur age?
I don't think, not as much. Maybe like with the cave, like if there were humans around, like cavemen, if those were real. But I mean, dude, it would be fascinating to see, but like, how much you gonna learn about our history just looking at dinosaurs roam around, you know? Like, yeah, it'd be cool to see a Brontosaurus or a T Rex, but
I would literally go to the ends of the earth to see a megalodon.
we have those out there.
I know. I was watching something on YouTube Shorts about how Google Earth there's a megalodon, but it just looks like a big, blue whale or something.
You gotta think, man, that ocean is deep. Deeper than deep.
Yeah, but megalodons, I learned, could swim up rivers, which is the scariest part of them.
Yeah, but you have to think as time's gone along, humans have really chosen to get close to the rivers. So if we ended up killing a lot of them back then they're gonna adapt to not go upriver no more.
Yeah, but I don't think megalodons care.
They would if they were all dying. If they were getting killed. You gotta think, man. The tribes back in the day, if they saw these things, man, that could feed a family of 13 for like 2 weeks.
I could feed more than a family of 30. I could feed the village, dude,
Yeah,
for about a month.
but I don't know, man. The ocean is by far the most scary thing in the world, and a lot of things that we'll never know or understand about it.
Amen to that, man. It's like just a mystery out there. But let's go to the next game. The Detroit Lions and the New England Patriots. The Patriots win this one, going away 29-0. You know, the Lions, dealing with a lot of injuries to Swift. Did Amon-Ra St. Brown play?
Yes.
Ooh, 6 targets, 4 catches, 18 yards. But their high-powered, offense, was at a standstill. I think that has to do with a lot of, like, the Patriots scheming and stuff. Bill Belichick still got it. Steve Belichick still feral. But it wasn't really a close game. The Zappy, looked, he looked pretty good. And then Damian Harris went out with a hamstring injury. And let big boy Ramondre eat.
Can I ask you who entered the Week 5 as the highest scoring team in the NFL?
Probably the Lions.
The Lions were. I mean, it's misleading, though, because they were, a lot of them were, play from behind. You got to catch up with points, but they scored 0 points in this game. 29-0. I mean, the Patriots, man, they have those weeks where they just figure out that team and they just exploit them. And that was one of these games, man. They forced turnovers. Jared Goff looked like the usual suspect. Their defense was real good. They stuffed a lot of stuff out there, man. And I mean, shout out to Bailey Zappi. He had a good game. You know, comfortable throwing to Jacoby Myers, who had a good game. But this game came down to Ramondre Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson, excellent running, was the reason Bailey Zappi was able to thrive in some passing situations. He kept the defense on his heels. And he 25 carries, 161 yards, man. I mean, that's a big rushing day. He just kept hammering. He kept picking up those 16 yards, 11 yards. He even had a 49-yard scamper, the big hefty. He did it. And he had a good game, man. And it's going to be exciting to see what he does with this opportunity with Damian Harris being out for a few weeks. Let's see what Ramondre can do.
Would you be comfortable as Ramondre being your RB2?
Yes.
Would you be elated?
I'd be comfortable.
What's your thoughts on Jacoby Meyer going forward for fantasy foosball?
I'd say he's a borderline receiver too, for the time being. I'd say top 30, between 24 and 30 probably. Definitely, he's been very productive in the games that he's played, man. He seems to be the favorite target. And, yeah, that's how I view him. I view him as a guy you can start.
The Lions, they're just waiting to get their big boys back. I don't think Amon-Ra St. Brown was fully healthy. I think he just gave it a go.
Do you think he's the real deal?
Yes, I do.
Cool.
Do I think Jamal Williams is?
No, we already know about him. They need Swift back for sure.
Yeah, it'll be good to see see Swift back. Are they bye week next week?
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect timing for DeAndre Swiftly.
And St. Brown, they can heal up.
Dude, you look like Sleepy Jerry right now. On to the next.
Yo, what's up, Bart?
Hey, we got a win in H-Town, Houston. We don't have a problem. Houston Texans 13.
Your quarterback stinks.
Jacksonville Jaguars 6. This game was not very good. I guess it was exciting.
No, it stinks.
But it's good that the Houston Texans got off the schneid. Would you agree, Lulu?
I think it's more so on Jacksonville not being who we thought they were.
Oh, dude, are you Lululemon?
This was the Jacksonville team that blew out the Colts and the Chargers. And then they come down, lose to Houston, man. Very discouraging. We all thought this team could be a playoff contender, but in reality, they're just another fruit bat. Looking for fruit.
I think it's growing pains for Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence had 2 picks.
Well, he played
but
terrible.
I like the shift in the backfield. What's going on?
Trevor Lawrence played terrible, but yeah, we saw a lot more Etienne.
He's got big play written all over his head.
He had 2 really big plays, and it's nice, man, because James Robinson's just a plotter. He's nothing special. But to throw Etienne out there, he's going to bust off those big runs. He's got that juice on him. It's nice to see, man. 10 carries, 71 yards, 3 catches, 43 yards. It's almost like he didn't get enough.
Christian Kirk, MIA.
He did, man.
What's going on? Is that Derek Stingley treatment?
He was on... not really, no. I just think it was the poor play of Trevor Lawrence, man. I don't think he played very well. Marvin Jones and Evan Ingram played all right, but he just really wasn't looking for him for most of the afternoon.
Can you still sell James Robinson high?
No, you got to let him have another week.
One more week and then sell?
I'm just worried you might be too late, man.
I think it's too late, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should have sold him after week 3.
I agree.
Because you know what time it is?
We all knew Etienne was bound to happen. It was just a matter of time.
No, I did.
What'd you do?
Etienne. That game stunk, bruh.
Yeah, I was forced to watch it, man. It stinks. Dameon Pierce looked good, though.
Dameon Pierce is good.
You know what's crazy?
What's that, bug?
The guy at work.
Oh gosh.
He's talking about the Texans. He's like 31 Pierce. He looks like Adrian Peterson. And I said, "Oh no, you didn't." I said, "No, he does not. We're not playing that." And I know, yeah, he's just being whatever. But I literally told him to his face, like, no, he's not. Like I was very like, Adrian Peterson is literally one of the best running backs to ever play the game of football, and you're out here saying Dameon Pierce is Adrian Peterson? Are you sick?
Can I go take a step down? Can I say that Dameon Pierce is like a pigeon-toed Adrian Peterson?
No.
Because that drops off his skill a little bit being pigeon-toed.
Adrian Peterson is the best running back to ever come out of Texas. He was literally the best college football running back. If not number one, he's definitely up there.
Well, he's not going to be for long when Bijan Robinson comes
Dameon
out.
Pierce couldn't even win his starting running back job at Florida. It was always a split backfield. Adrian Peterson would never. Adrian Peterson's literally the best running back I've ever watched.
Maybe he meant like shades of Adrian Peterson.
No. We're not playing that way.
Did you ask probing questions about that?
No, I made him leave. I said,
Yeah.
"Get out of here.
What'd he say?
That's garbage." Don't ever compare Dameon Pierce to Adrian Peterson. Why even put that on his back? Why even, like...
It's not like Dameon Pierce is going to listen to a guy that was talking to
No,
him
but
at work.
why even say it? You know what I mean? Like, I understand, like, yeah, Dameon Pierce
Some-
looked good, but why even go out of your way to say...
Yeah, but some people say that tongue-in-cheek. They don't actually mean it.
No, he meant it.
Like, many of the things I say, I really just go for the best player I can think of at that moment. Like, I once called...
Well, I called him out, and I said, no. That's... I don't... Tongue or cheek or not, it's, that's not right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, I do it all the time. I'm guilty of it.
Have you ever compared Dameon Pierce to Adrian Peterson? Would you be okay with that?
I compared Christian McCaffrey to Barry Sanders.
No.
Barry Sanders.
I'm more okay with that, though.
You're more okay with that?
Yeah, I wouldn't make a scene about it. I wouldn't say, no, dude, but... What would your reaction be?
Dude, he's good. Yeah, I agree. He's really
No,
good.
dude, you don't agree, though.
But I wouldn't agree. I mean, I know what he means. Though. I mean, like, he's just saying he's really good. Like, if he was real serious and he kept, like, harping on it, then I'd be like, okay, dude,
He was serious.
you gotta break check. Like, what are you talking about?
But I said, nah.
What did he say? What was the quote? He's like Adrian Peterson?
No, he said yeah.
Okay.
He's
that's
Adrian
not saying
Peterson,
that
yeah.
he's- I think, like, Adrian Peterson is like...
No, he did. Yeah, he said like Adrian, something like that along those lines, but he's not. That's what I was just like, no, he's not. Because he's not. What is he? He runs hard.
I'm not mad at the guy.
I wasn't mad either, but I
hope he still has a job.
I set him straight, though, we're not playing like that.
You sent him on his way, dude.
Yeah, because, I mean, dude, we're
He
not.
probably had a bad Monday or Tuesday.
Nah,
dude.
he was fine.
You sure?
I didn't ruin his day. I'm just being real with you, man.
Did you call him?
No, this is a one-on-one.
You owe that man a Christmas card for Christmas, dude.
No, he'll be fine.
All right, let's go to the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. The Chargers come out with a victory, 30-28. Austin Eckler's been on a tear. 173 yards rushing and a touchdown. And he got another touchdown through the air. Austin Eckler's back, Luke. Do you agree?
Yes,
He's back and better than ever.
he's back. Yeah.
Well, I guess we all thought that he would get back. Was people panicking and trading him?
No, I don't believe that's true.
I believe that's false. I believe that's a false narrative you're spinning.
Yeah, I don't think people were. I hope people weren't giving up on Eckler. I mean, what do you mean?
The Browns put up a good fight. The Chargers haven't found themselves. I feel like I'm literally like a record player saying the same stuff every week.
Every year, too.
Every year, every week. At this point, the Chargers are lucky to come out with a victory.
Nick Chubb still doing it and dodging. Same old guy, man. He's
Kareem
great.
Hunt got in there, man. He's back.
Kareem Hunt's doing his thing. They're gonna. It's every week, man. It's always this or that. And this was a big win for the Chargers. Even though they're probably not as good as we thought in the off season, but just being able to convert. Keenan Allen's been out and get him back and healthy. Mike Williams been stepping up real big. The last few weeks, he had over 100 yards on 10 catches. Jacoby Brissett's been playing pretty good ball this year, though. All things considered, I mean, he's keeping the Browns in some good games.
Amari Cooper stinks away and he's good at home.
Is that true?
It's very true. I think he averages 2 catches a game, 20 yards away, and then he goes off at home.
You know who is the truth, though?
Njoku.
David the Chief Njoku. 6 catches for 88 yards, man. He's been doing it consistently this year.
What do you mean the chief?
He got certified in the offseason.
How do you get certified chief?
Because he went to like a tribal thing, and he went through the gauntlet to become an actual literal chief.
Could I do that?
I don't believe so.
Why?
Have you seen this man?
Yeah, he looks like a chief.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of physical presence, but...
Do you have that desire?
Do I have the desire to lead a group of people to victory? I'm not sure. I don't know if I could go to war. I don't know if I could fight for the right of my people. I'm going to be honest. I think I'd be one of those scam artist chiefs. The guy that talks a big game but really doesn't do anything and takes everything from the people. I'd have the biggest hut, the best water, first dibs on the food. Never go hunting, send out the best warriors, bring me back, cook it up for me, I'll eat it.
Never go to war, but yet you have all this material and food and jewelry, and everyone's always like, how does he have all this stuff? Your people are very questionable about you.
I would say that I'm worried about being in a position of power.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like power can, with great power comes great responsibility. And I don't think I've been in that position to, see if I have great response. Maybe I would be a good chief. Maybe I'd be like, let's steal from the rich and give to the poor kind of guy. Or like, hey, maybe we can work on a democracy here. I don't have to make all the decisions. I'll just kind of lead by example.
Okay.
How would you do as a chief?
What would I do, or how would I do?
I feel like you as a chief you would act the lowest in the totem pole.
What do you mean?
Show like how humble you are. Like you would sleep on the dirt. And they'd be like, where's your chief? And you'd be like all disgusted. They'd be like, interesting. So he's a peasant.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know for sure I would have to have like a co-chief, because he would probably make like a smarter version that would make like the big decisions, and I would just be like, yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, I thought you meant like a gorilla.
But that too, he'd probably be smarter. He'd probably make better decisions. But that way I'm not very good at, rational thinking. Get like a co-rational thinker, make a lot of big decisions, and I'll just be like, yeah, man, that sounds good. Let's do it. And then we just handle it out that way.
How would you pick your co-chief?
I'd make a gauntlet. You have to climb
like
up.
Like Ninja Warrior?
You have to climb up the side of a mountain, but you have to be shuffling from right to left. You're not running up and down. The first one to shuffle up at the top gets past the first stage, and you move on. The second one would be some sort of swimming, some water, something with water, probably.
For some reason I picture like, what's that one show that used to be on TV, Wipeout?
Yeah, it'd be something like that as well.
Like it's just, you would sit there and laugh at the people falling. And
I think stage 2 would be like the biggest belly flop, who could shoot the most water up in the air. And then the third one would probably actually be something like, hey, how good are you in this situation?
You'd have an interview?
Yeah, just like a sit-down suit and tie.
I'd
put some spectacles on. We'd be looking good.
I respect that. All right, to the next game we go. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons. The Buccaneers squeezed this one out. There's some controversy in this game, but they win 21-15. There was a controversial roughing the passer call on, what's his name, Grady Jarrett?
Stink Brady.
But what was the guy that sacked him?
Oh, Grady Jarrett, man. He's a dog.
Grady sacked Brady?
Grady on Brady.
That was the weakest, most abysmal roughing the passer call. They're getting more abysmal by the day. Saw it last night. What can you do? What do you got to pat him on the head, drop him down, put a pillow under his head to get him down? I don't get it, Luke. We got to figure this out now, Roger. Or you're going to be hearing from my people.
Yeah, it feels like literally everyone is on that same train. You know, why do people think that, but yet the rules and the refs made that call? You
What
know.
are you on their side now?
I'm gonna take the ref side on this one.
What is there to take, though? That's a normal...
No, I'm just kidding. I think it's funny that everyone obviously knows it is like the worst call ever made, and yet
Was it?
like the refs are still like, nah, dude, like we gotta protect the quarterback. Like, dude, he got tackled.
Was it third down when the game was 21-15 still?
Something like that, yeah. They got the first down and then ran it out.
Yeah, the Falcons put up a fight.
Yeah, they're all right.
They're not.
Yeah, dude, what are they, 3-2?
Yeah, but Marcus Mariota stinks.
Hey, but their defense has been playing well.
I mean, surprisingly,
They were without Cordero and Kyle Pitts and still only lost by 6 to one of the best teams in the NFC. Come on, man.
Dang, Brady threw for 351.
They had the ball a ton, man. They had the ball a whole lot in this game.
Dang, Lenny had 10 receptions.
Sure did.
I wonder if Tom Brady's going through it still.
What do you think Tom Brady's thinking about currently, right now, at this day and time?
How do I get better?
You think so? As a man or as a football player?
Oh, as a man, both.
Okay.
I think he's bluffing the charge.
What do you got about that one?
I think he's leaning into the divorce lawyer talk.
You think he wants it or doesn't?
No, I think he's leaning into it because he knows it's just what is it? Puffing out your chest. Giselle's trying to get real with him, and he's like, "I'm calling your bluff, and I'm still playing. You know, we're gonna finish the season. I'm gonna retire. We're gonna get back together. This is all smokescreen. Don't worry about me. Let me get my ring, and I'll be back with the kids soon, kissing them on the lips."
I think he's got the kids, man. I think Giselle left. Giselle done told him, hey, I've been taking care of these kids for about 23 years,
What
son.
do you got? 3 nannies and a chef to take care of them?
I'm going to leave these boys with you, and I'm going to, Belize.
You know what would be an amazing love story?
What?
Is if Tom Brady and, there's rumors that Kanye and Giselle are together, and Tom Brady goes for Kim Kardashian.
That'd be like the worst thing ever.
It would be horrible for the culture, but I'm just saying, what a story.
That would break the world. That would break the internet.
I would literally know we're living in a simulation at that point. I would literally pause my life and say, this can't be. And then I'd say, this is just disgusting. The tabloids would have a field day. TMZ would be #1 off the charts if that happened, man. Kanye would be running for president in 2024.
The bots would be going crazy.
I think Giselle's more like, she's not about the limelight, I don't think. But she could be. I'm not sure.
I mean, she's got money, man. She'll be good wherever.
All I know is Tom Brady's married to the game.
Yes.
Call me Kevin Federline.
He definitely is. He's made that very apparent. And I'm happy, man. Do the things that you love in life, man. If that's what you want to do, man, I support that.
It's weird, like...
But at the same time, man, that's your family, too. Get it right, dog.
Yeah, like, what are you... Is it like... It's kind of weird for me to, like, be like, okay, he picked football over his...
Entire
wife
family.
And kids, but at the same time, like, he loves the game, but to me it seems kind of like it.
So let me ask you who's in the wrong. So if you're Giselle and your husband loves playing football, he loves his job, like, wouldn't you be like, okay, yeah, you keep doing it until you can't, sure? Or is it like, Brady needs to retire, he needs to be with his family? Like, What is your thoughts on that? I don't care that much. It's just poop in the wind, but
I mean, I can see both sides, but like Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowls. He's the GOAT already. I don't know what he's proving at this point, but
Right.
like that only the fact that he loves football. He's choosing football over his
can't
family.
quit.
So I mean, I guess I side with, Giselle and the kids in a way, but at the same time, as a football loving person as well, like I have the utmost respect for Tom and what he's doing. You got to be like literally robotic to do what he's doing, or some kind of like he probably goes to sleep and dreams about like football. And
What if he plays till he's like 50? And that's why like they're getting a divorce.
what if his thing, you know how like serial killers have like to kill people to get like a release and like they get like this euphoria and stuff.
Yeah.
What if he's like a serial killer, but instead of killing people, he wants to play football?
It's true. It's possible.
Like that's his happiness.
It
He just
definitely
can't
is.
stop.
I think it definitely is. He was only away for like a month before he had to come back. Like he was itching to, I guess, the competitiveness of it.
Maybe he tried the family life and he was like, golly, I have to sit here and do dad things. Like, this is boring. I need to get out there with Mike Evs.
That's probably part of it. He's like the most competitive guy there is, man.
Is it legal to play football in a wheelchair?
Legal or illegal?
Is it legal?
No.
Don't let Zach Wilson next to your mother.
Got you out here looking like Dolph Ziggler without no hair, man.
I kind of like what the Jets have going on. Dolphins, Teddy Two-Head got crunched, hit his head on the ground. He's got a big brain, though, so, there's a lot of things shaking up his head. Concussion prayers to Teddy Two-Head, Teddy Bridgewater. Breece Hall is emerging as, I think, what we all thought he was going to be, a freak athlete.
Did you believe in him like that?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I didn't know his receiving capability, but I knew he was going to be good.
How good?
I thought he was going to be the next Adrian Peterson. He looks like Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
Oh, but you accept that one.
For sure.
Oh, Bartle Bean. We got a 2-headed monster across my head.
Yeah, he's about closer to Jonathan Taylor than he is to gosh darn Dameon Pierce.
But once Teddy went out, that was pretty much all hope lost. Who's there? Skylar Thompson?
Oh, yeah. Kansas State.
Oh, man, K-State Wildcat.
They're pretty good this year, man. Shout out Adrian Martinez.
And I think it was Zach Wilson's most accurate game of his career.
That ain't saying too much, but good for him.
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean there's not much to go on here. The Jets took care of business when Teddy went out, and I mean it's an exciting time in New York. Giants and Jets.
Where do you have Brees ranked the rest of the season as a running back?
Top 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Top 10?
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
But it's his receiving. And he's like,
He only had 2 catches.
I know, but he has those. He rips off. He reminds me of Jonathan Taylor. He rips off those big runs after run after run. If his usage goes up, good night. He could be a top 5.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't count on it. I would trade him immediately. Sell high.
Who should I trade him to?
Sturgill Bottom Dweller.
That ain't gonna happen.
Come on, man. Let's throw a little spice in there. Dude.
You missed the buy window. It was last week. It was the buy window on Brees Hall.
Sell high.
That ain't gonna
I'm
happen.
waiting.
Don't sell Brees Hall if you have him. Ride it out, man.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. You got to keep that kid unless you get something kind of spicy offer.
What's spicy for him?
Yeah.
Who?
Gabe Davis.
Nah, you gotta be blind or deaf or both.
AJ Dillon and Gabe Davis.
Not a chance.
AJ Dillon and Mike Williams.
No, dude, you sick or what?
Okay, then you're gonna have to keep them, and I told you to sell high.
Okay, we'll shake on it afterward.
Shake on what? All right, let's go to the next game. The Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ooh, someone got curb stomped, and it wasn't the Bills. 38-3.
Juiced.
I don't got much to say. Just Kenny Pickett that bad. There's potential there. It's good to see George Pickens, getting off the schneid, and Najee Harris. It's about 5:33, and he ain't looking good.
Yeah, I mean, this was Josh Allen. Josh Allen came in here and he said, "Hey,
Bag flab it.
let me see those hands." And he let it go, man. Diggs had a big game. Gabe Davis went.
Hey, don't say it, man.
He went about 160-2 on him.
Come on, man. I had him on my bench.
And yeah, I mean, they just did whatever they wanted to on that Pittsburgh defense, man. They're missing some pieces, man. Kenny Pickett's first start, he made some nice plays, but he's just not, they made too many mistakes against the Buffalo Bills like this, who are just going to run you up. Yeah, I mean, they just threw it on their head, man.
What's worse than not starting Gabe Davis?
Probably wearing your underwear backwards and then putting your shorts on.
I didn't start him in one league. Played him against him in another.
Ouch.
Got my head stomped and got punched on.
I don't blame him.
You put salt in the wound, man. But that's fantasy football for you.
Yeah, you live and you stink at the same
I
time.
want to shout out James Cook, 24-yard touchdown run. He's taking over that backfield before you know it, boys.
You think he has a chance to do that?
Dude, he's got they have capital in him. He's a third-round pick. Devin Singletary isn't bad.
He's
Zach
been
Moss
good.
is bad.
He's been good, man.
But
Singletary.
James Cook's got the highest ceiling. Why not give him a shot?
Unless they go out and get McCaffrey.
First of all, that's not going to happen. Second of all, James Cook, they don't run the ball. James Cook is already the best receiver. That's what he did in college. He'd be perfect. Devin Singletary, I can't say he stinks, but he ain't James Cook.
He's been catching a ton of passes.
He's looked really good doing it, but he is not James Cook.
Who's good at it?
Who is Devin Singletary's brother?
Lamar Jackson.
No, it's not. He doesn't have a brother in the NFL. Who is James Cook's brother?
Dalvin.
Exactly.
Yeah, but couldn't that always be, there's the one brother that's good, the one brother that's not as good, and everyone knows it. It's always like that.
Like the Collins twins?
Blake
Basketball?
Blake Griffin's dad.
Oh, brother? Taylor?
Evan Mobley and his brother Isaiah Mobley.
Yeah,
Taylor
but Evan's
Griffin?
the younger brother.
Taylor Griffin and Blake Griffin.
Blake's the younger brother.
But there's a ton of them that are like that. There's
The
always
Collins brothers, Jamie Collins, and what's the other one's name? The basketball players?
Jason Collins.
And his brother?
You wanted me to say that, didn't you?
I don't know. What's the other one's name?
I don't know. John.
I don't know. It's not John Collins.
It starts with a J, I think.
But do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What about them?
What do you mean, what about them? They're brothers.
They're twins, I think.
They might be. They might be.
Yeah.
They'll be alright.
But all I'm saying is the younger brother's always better.
What about Steph and Seth? Obviously, one's better than the other.
But one looks older than the other.
And one, they're both pretty good, though.
Yeah.
But one's better, just
Yeah,
like
Steph is
every
better.
case. Dalvin's better than James. It's always the same thing.
We'll see about that. It's just getting started. Let's go to the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks.
We haven't done this one?
No, have we?
No.
Seattle keeps getting in these shootouts, and it's pretty crazy to me.
Seattle's good.
Rashard Penny went down with a broken tibia.
Ouch, dude.
Season long.
Why does it happen to him like that?
I don't know, man. It's hard. Prayers for him. Geno Smith continues to scorch the earth.
He's good.
But there's someone that scorched the earth even more. Taysom Hill, who should be weeded out of every fantasy league.
He might be 100% USDA approved.
He might be banned from Campbell's league.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm putting him on the blacklist.
No, let us.
Until they change him to a quarterback.
No, let someone play him, because next week he's going to have one carry for 3 yards.
I just read a report that he's going to be a big part of the rushing offense.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
You can play him at tight end.
Oh. He's not a tight end, though.
That's why we have to ban him in fantasy.
Yeah, but I'll never forget you started Jalen Samuels,
Hey,
a
come
gosh
on,
darn
man.
running back. You played him
didn't
at. You
even do
started him
good.
at tight end. Yeah, he had like 8 or 9 points. I remember.
Come on, man. That's water under
Don't
the
mess with me,
bridges.
man. Just because you can't have Taysom Hill doesn't mean you can't play him that way.
Hey, man, that's water under the bridge. That
If
was
you
like
had him-
17 years ago.
If you had him on your team, there ain't no way
he
in
probably goes to
chance.
sleep thinking about that
There
every
ain't
night.
there ain't no way in chance you're changing that.
I think you won, too.
You're gonna go get Taysom as your tight end. I already know.
No, someone already has him.
Yeah, you probably trade right now.
I'll try. But Alvin Kamara had a good game. It was good to see him back and doing Alvin Kamara thing. Super Kamarioke.
Yeah, he had a really good game. But if I was a Kamara owner, seeing this Taysom Hill stuff would definitely be frustrating. Get this white man out of here, man.
No, he's a Stormin' Mormon.
No, he's cool, but
Is he BYU?
I believe so. Seems like it. It's cool to see Chris Olave doing good things, but it seems like he gets hurt in every game. Comes back, but I think he might have had a concussion.
Ken Walker made a guest appearance.
He had a big run, I think, for a
69 yards.
very important run.
Ooh, I don't know if he'll be good. Though.
What do you think about him handling the workload for the next coming weeks?
I don't think he's as good as Rashard Penny.
You don't believe so?
I don't think so.
Why not?
I haven't seen anything other than that 69. And if you take that 69-yard run out, he's not very good. Like he doesn't. Like
you can't take it out though.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen him enough. Like not even in college, I didn't watch him.
You got the best running back in college. He was a 2nd-round pick.
That's what they said about Trent Richardson.
What about him?
They said he was the best running back in college.
He was really good for 2 years.
Yeah, look where he's at now.
Yeah, he's probably building burgers.
Yeah, Bob's Beans.
But he was good. He had over 1,000 yards in back-to-back years, man.
Everyone was so scared of DK and Tyler Lockett.
Those were some of the best values in fantasy.
Tell you what, man, I wish I would have nabbed Tyler Lockett right in front of someone's head.
I wish I would have known Geno Smith was out here looking like Geno Flimp.
I see London, I see France, I see Geno's underwear.
Is this like a real thing? Or is this just like weird?
I'm waiting for him to crash back to earth.
I don't know if he is, man. He's flinging that thing. He's got a nice spiral. It's accurate. He's
a professional football player.
It looks good, dude. He knows how to throw the ball. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, he's a professional quarterback. Everyone can throw a spiral.
But like if you watch, he can zip it. He's got a big arm too, man.
Is it bad that I root against him?
Yeah,
Why?
because there's no reason to. He was really good at West Virginia. He hadn't really gotten his chance in the NFL.
I think he punched someone or he got punched.
He punched his teammate.
It's not unacceptable. He's like Draymond Green in the NFL.
No, he's much.
He owed the guy
he's
money.
not Draymond Green.
He owed the guy money.
Yeah, dude, but
And Geno said something that I don't understand.
something about flat Earth.
No, he said, I wrote you and you wrote back.
Oh. Dude, he's playing good football.
You wrote me off and I ain't wrote back yet.
He's had some strong performances. There's no doubt about it.
He's coming back to earth, trust me.
All right, we'll see.
All right, let's go to the Carolina Panthers and the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers take the dub out of the lifeless Carolina Panthers' head. 37-15.
Matt Rule.
Sayonara, stinker. That was one of my bold predictions, by the way.
He got what he wished for.
Stink.
Now he's going to be the head coach of Nebraska.
That sounds like a very bad time.
Nah, he's a good college football coach.
Yeah, but what's there to do in Nebraska?
Get them Cornhuskers.
Yeah, I mean, there's cornfields. That's about
Matt
it.
Rule looks like he eats corn dogs. He'll be just fine. Baker Mayfield struggles. Looked like he got hurt. You were starting to like Baker, though, for some reason.
He started to figure out what's going to win games.
Have they won?
No, but they've been close.
No, they got destroyed.
Christian McCaffrey had 12 targets. Holy poop. Yeah, that's what we need
I don't
to see.
think that's the recipe for success.
I think that's the only way they win.
Just throw it to McCaffrey?
every play.
Maybe.
They'll get positive yards every time Baker tries to throw it. He falls down. And
I tell you what, I think on every pass play, I would have Christian McCaffrey run the Texas route. No
Does
matter
he-
what the pass play is, it would just be McCaffrey runs the Texas route. You probably throw it to him 3 times a drive.
And then once they get used to the Texas route, he just runs a.
Nah, he can stay on the Texas route.
He runs an out. What is it called? Where he goes out and then goes just a streak. What is that called? A wheel route.
Oh, yeah.
Or one where he just goes through the offensive line and he keeps running straight.
Yeah.
The Heimlich.
The turtle.
But yeah, the Carolina Panthers sound like they're gonna blow it up, but I heard those reports are false.
We'll see. Brian Burns to the Eagles. DJ Moore to the Ravens or Packers. McCaffrey to the Bills. Or
49ers.
49ers.
I would prefer the 49ers.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, the Panthers stink. San Francisco's good.
They lost their number 1 corner, though, Emmanuel Mosley. I'm a fan. I think he's really good at ball. But he tore his ACL, and that could be a big blow for him on the outside. I think Nick Bosa got hurt as well.
Jeff Wilson's been really good.
From North Texas, man.
Hey, North Texas, Denton.
Yeah, and I think Tevin Coleman scored, man. They're bringing him back from the dead.
The best ever death metal band in Texas.
What he did.
Denton, Texas.
Oh, Denton.
In Texas.
Get DJ Moore the ball. I'm going to puke on one of you guys.
No, DJ Moore had his time. It's time for McCaffrey.
I wish I could puke on Matt Rule, honestly.
If you had 3 words to say to Matt Rule, what would it be?
Go eat corn.
Is that a compliment?
No, so maybe we'll go to Nebraska.
I don't know what I would say to him. I just would.
You only gave me 3 words, man. I don't know.
What would you say at his funeral?
This is funeral?
Yeah.
Yeah,
His eulogy.
Probably send up a couple prayers.
I'd say he was a heck of a man, but a bad
Shoot, they had to pay him
football
$40 million, so I can't really hate on that. But he stunk. They were like 1-25 in games they were trailing.
I would say he was a heck of a man off the field, just an incredible human. He'd give the shirt off his back, but when he stepped on that sideline, he was bad.
You'd probably get booed off the stage.
I know, that would be I would never do that and disrespect anyone like that.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd only say nice things.
I'd be the guy throwing tomatoes at you.
Why would you be there?
Just send my condolences to Matt Rule, man.
He's gonna live a long time.
I don't know, big.
Hey, let's go to the Battle of the Birds.
Oh, Greg Leg.
The Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. Philadelphia, 5-0, undefeated, comes out 20 victorious in a 2017 defeat on a missed field goal at the last second that could have sent it to overtime.
But it didn't.
But it didn't. Wasn't the prettiest game. Jalen continues to run that ball into the end zone.
What about throwing?
He threw the ball. He's regressing on his passing.
Hey, we're not playing.
I'm just saying the stats. Don't
Offensive line's getting hurt too, man.
Dallas Goedert looks like a caveman in modern day. Devontae Smith, 11 targets, 10 catches, 87 yards. AJ Brown, this is the time to go trade for him.
Mm-mm.
The owner right now is sipping on tea in your hood. What is going on? But that's a target to go after AJ Brown because it's probably going to be his worst game of the year. As for the Cardinals, they continue to make mistakes at the end of the game. Kyler Murray slid, didn't even get the first down, and then spiked the ball. I mean, come on, Cliff. You got to know things like that. And there's a beautiful relationship between Kyler and Hollywood Brown. Will it come to an end when DeAndre's back?
No.
Oh, it wasn't rhetorical, Luke.
No. It's not. It's going to be there. He's not going to have the 13, 15, 17 target gang. But I'm going to be honest, man. The Arizona messed up by bringing back James Conner. James Conner stinks.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it, man. I don't
He had a
care.
couple good runs.
No, it's shameful. They signed him to a contract, man. I mean, he had 9 carries, 55 yards, but guess what? He left with an injury. Who would have guessed? Nobody. Because Benjamin's probably better, honestly. He can do more things. He's more electric out the field. He can catch the ball, 3 catches, 28 yards. He just brings a different element. That's when they started, moving the ball a little more when they had Eno in there, man.
Yeah. I mean, the Cardinals are the Cardinals, man.
Are they not a threat?
Dang, the Astros are winning.
Are they not a threat?
Who, the Cardinals?
Yeah.
No, maybe when their defense stinks too, but they played relatively well against the Eagles.
Not really.
The Eagles just
They
stink.
stopped they did a good job on Sanders a little bit, but I mean the Eagles moved the ball pretty easily from what I was watching. Correct or incorrect?
I didn't watch the game.
Oh,
Do you like their black unis?
not really.
They remind me of the Louisville Cardinals with Lamar Jackson back in 2017,
What about
16.
What about the Louisville Sluggers?
Dude, have you ever taken one of those to the head?
No, I haven't actually.
That's actually my weapon of choice for home invasions.
Is it a baseball bat?
I sleep with one.
I have a tactical baton under my bed.
I know.
It's got a metal rod in the middle of it.
Yeah, that would hurt.
That would break your bone, whatever
Yeah,
you
but
hit.
I don't understand because no one's ever gonna get that close to you in a home invasion.
If I hit you in the rib with it,
How are you gonna get close enough to hit him in the rib?
because I'm gonna run straight at them.
But what if they have a gun?
Then I get shot, but they get hit, man.
Respect, dude. You went out like a Spartan.
You have to. It's a home invasion, man.
I like the black uniform.
Are you gonna hide in a home invasion?
Am
like-
I?
Yeah, like where would you hide? In the closet?
No, Luke, you don't understand. I have a tunnel system.
Okay.
So I go under and I come out right below them. Or
But-
above them.
All seriousness, because home invasion is a real thing and it's very, very, very scary.
Yes.
Like, what would you do if they busted in your front door? What's going down? Closet? Locking yourself somewhere?
Luke, I'm going to share with you something that's been on my mind a lot lately.
Sure.
In a situation like that, I think I want to be a hero.
Really?
I think I would go out trying to fight, and I want people to know that I went out fighting. I don't want to be a coward, but I feel like if that situation were to happen, I would be a coward.
Where would you go?
Under the bed or something, run out the back door. I don't know. It depends where I am in the house.
If you're in your bedroom, right, and you hear someone break in about 12 o'clock at night, like, what is your you're gonna probably listen, probably maybe peek out your door, figure out if you're hearing something down there. But like, once you realize there's someone broken in your house, like, what's going down?
I'm gonna grab something to have, and then go out of my room and check out the scene.
You're gonna actually go out there?
What else am I? I'd freak out in my room. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and wait for someone to come in my room.
Why? But then that's whenever you can sit back and you let it go.
No,
on.
actually, I think I would sit there and listen for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think I'd jump off the banister and onto him.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends if there's like multiple people.
I think it happens in that moment. You make that decision.
You gotta keep that thing on you.
I don't have one, dude.
All right.
Oh, something's coming out there.
What do you got on there?
The Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. Hey, this is just my opinion, but Cooper Rush greater than Dak.
Yeah, man, that's the hot topic right now, and I think you are wrong.
No, I definitely think that Dak should get his job back. He's a better player, but shoot, how can you go against 5-0? He's undefeated as a starter.
I've had a Cowboy fan tell me that he is the next Tom Brady.
That's asinine.
But that's what I said. But then he's like, everyone thought Tom Brady stunk. He was a sixth round pick. He stunk at Michigan. And then out of nowhere, he was the greatest quarterback. So, I mean,
yeah, but there's one big problem with that scenario.
what?
Cooper Rush has red hair.
That's an ultimate issue right there, man. But all things considered, man, he has been really good. You know, he got a strip sack, but they recovered it. But you know, he's making some good tough throws, man. He's hitting that CeeDee Lamb. He's hitting that Gallup on the sideline. Shoot, the Rams, man, the defending champs. They came out here and they put up some points. They got after Matt Stafford, 5 sacks. The Rams, man, they're struggling. Offensive line struggles. Can't keep drives going. Seems like the only man there is Cooper Kupp.
You just been sitting in silence?
Nah, I talked for a little bit.
Every time I go to the gas station and I pay $2 for an item that's $1.75, I ask for a quarterback. That's what every NFL team's asking for, a quarterback, alright? They got Cooper Rush, they got Dak Prescott, we got a little political party going on. And I think Jerry Jones has got something hidden up his sleeve. I think he has a soft spot for Cooper Rush. And but they paid Dak a lot of money. I think Dak's better. Cowboys are winning games. I think you wait until, maybe Cooper Rush falls back to earth.
Do they win these games with Dak?
Probably.
Yeah.
Their defense has been outstanding.
If I give $2 and the item was $1.75, I tell him keep the change because I have Dak Prescott.
Oh, nice.
He's going to come back healthy. He's going to look good again, and he's going to throw for a lot more than what Cooper Rush is doing. He's going to open up a lot more for that offense. Zeke finally hit like 70 yards. Good for him. Tony Pollard's better. He hit that big 50-yard touchdown run because he's got that juice. It's just, the Cowboys, they're 4-1. They beat the defending champs. Their defense has been really good. Surprising, they've been really good this year. And, if Dak's healthy, he's their quarterback. There's no way.
And the Rams stink.
Their offensive line stinks, man. They're not the
Cam
same.
Akers, their running backs are obsolete. Cooper Kupp is the only offense. Tyler Higbee. And what's that weird guy's name?
Ben Skowronek?
Yeah, he's got some potential there.
I don't know, man.
When does Van Jefferson come back?
He's on the IR, but
That means he's coming back soon.
he'll miss some time still.
I like Van.
Their offensive line is real bad. You got to have a good line to be
And their
good.
defense isn't very good.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I saw Bobby Wagner hit a fan.
I hope he did it again.
The fan's suing.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So was the cameraman. Oh, we'll get to that later.
How can you run on the field spraying pink stuff
It's a flare, dude.
and not get expected to get hit by somebody?
Yeah, but Bobby Wagner was waiting for that moment all his life.
Yeah, I would be too.
But there was another guy behind him that was going to kill that fan.
The security guy?
No,
who
it's
tore his
another
ACL?
player. Another player, got a big, huge man with dreadlocks, was going out. I think the fan's lucky the other guy didn't get him.
Then Bobby Wagner?
This guy looked like he had murder on his mind.
I just think it's crazy, like Bobby Wagner.
Watch the video again and tell me look at the guy's
Okay.
face and what he looked like. I think the fan should be thinking is like, because that guy I don't think was gonna form tackle him. I think he was going to grab his eyeballs and rip his head off.
Yeah, I just think like Bobby Wagner, like professional tackler, like one of the best in the NFL.
He leaned in with his helmet.
Literally just hit like a casual fan, you know? Like this is weird to think about.
I don't know.
Like imagine like going on the field and Bobby Wagner, like the best linebacker the past 5 years.
Would you wear that as a badge of honor, or would you be ashamed?
Nah, dude, that would be an honor.
What if you trucked him?
Nah. not
But
Bobby Wagner.
let's just say like you're just a fan and you're not even paying attention to Bobby Wagner, and he's coming to hit you and you just accidentally truck him.
That'd be crazy.
See, that would be amazing.
You'd be a legend.
You'd be like, you'd get signed and be called like,
The whole script would be flipped.
yeah.
Like, fan destroys Bobby Wagner.
He's like, who is that guy? What
And
is
then-
he running 40 in?
Now Bobby Wagner is filing to sue me. You know? The whole script is flipped.
That would be amazing. I would be so proud of you.
I probably would, dude. If one of those guys are trying to tackle me and I'm out here trying to promote stop eating pigs, I'm gonna let him go, man.
Would you be clothed?
Yes.
Good.
Undies.
You should forget what you heard on your chest.
You know how vulnerable you have to be to just wear like undies when literally 70,000 people are watching you? Millions of people if you're on TV? Like, you really gotta be about that life.
I mean, just the decision to like, go on a professional football field with professional athletes.
Right, that's true. And not expect to get hit by one of them. Like, I don't get that.
A lot of times they don't. This is security.
Yeah, but it's like that's definitely a possible outcome is you getting hit by an NFL player. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, what are you suing? The fact that Bobby Wagner hits you? Like, you're on the field.
What if you would have hit him with the juke stick?
Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
Oh, the spin move. Like, he's not going to expect you to juke or spin move.
Yeah, but he's getting juked and spun moved by, like, crazy
But think
fast
about
athletes.
it. He's in a different headspace when there's a fan. He's probably like, I can
It
just...
didn't seem like it. You put his head into his head, man, and let him have it.
Yeah, but if that guy would have planted his foot and spun, he would have made Bobby Wagner look like an idiot.
I mean, that would be crazy, but I don't know.
That guy
how-
didn't look very
I
athletic.
think it's very possible. Like, Bobby
What
Wagner.
was he protesting?
Bobby Wagner does that like professionally.
What is he protesting?
Pigs, like stop eating pigs or something.
Oh, I misread that. I thought he was promoting pygmy animals.
Pygmy hippos.
Yeah, just you know you can have pygmy anything. They're just small,
Oh,
like
I
a
didn't know.
pygmy pig, a pygmy dog, a pygmy porcupine. Like they're just miniature versions. And all
He was
cute.
against it.
I thought he was promoting that we should start really getting the pygmy name out there.
What's up with you and pygmy
There's
animals?
actually pygmy people in Indonesia or something. It's a tribe. They're small little people.
Good for them. I hope they're thriving.
I want my nickname to be Pygmy Pete.
If you could have, if you could have one pygmy animal, what would it be?
I mean, I really like pygmy hippos.
You'd have one of them.
Or a pygmy penguin.
Mm-mm.
What about a pygmy... I don't know, that's a very good question.
Pygmy elephant because they're so big. You have a little one,
Like a baby elephant?
like
But
a
it's
pygmy.
tiny. That would be really cute. He trips over his ears and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd probably go with that.
I like the way they run too. It's like little strides.
Yeah, but they pick up some dirt. They kick up some dirt when they're moving.
And they're super smart.
You would pick a pygmy elephant?
Yeah.
I would think you would have gone a different direction.
Nah.
Like a pygmy bear.
Those are dangerous.
Yeah, but I think the funny part is it's like fully grown, but it's like a baby size. So like the bear's trying to kill you and stuff, but he can't.
You're
'Cause
just like scratching me.
like they act like adults, like very defensive, and they're still territorial and stuff, but they can't do much because they're little.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be the funniest part.
Like,
Yeah, like, you're getting attacked, but you're like cracking up because he can't.
it's like you have to cut up like little small pieces of fish instead of giving them a whole one.
Yeah, like little sardines instead of salmon.
Yeah.
But they're going so hard, like they literally want to kill you, but they can't.
See, I would love to have a bear, but the fact that he would be trying to kill me.
It's not an everyday thing. I think just when he gets in those moods.
But still, like, bears are unpredictable. Like, he could be like, we could be like playing around, and then he's like scratching my throat. You
Or
know?
like he's at the end of your bed and you're just sleeping, and then out of nowhere he gets up and you see like a bear like beating on you with his paws,
Yeah, like I'm
trying to eat your insides.
not doing this today, Bugley.
You just put him in his cage.
I'm gonna lock him in there for a long
Dang,
time.
man. Pygmies, man. Shout out to all of them.
I'm gonna get a pygmy. Dang, what are those things called?
Platypus?
Can there be such thing as like a pygmy like meerkat, like an already small creature?
I don't know. I think that would be too small.
Yeah, I was curious.
Because I was going to say pygmy beaver.
There's probably a pygmy beaver, right?
I don't think so. I haven't seen one.
We'll see.
What are we on? Oh. The Sunday night scaries. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore comes out victorious 19-17 on a game-winning field goal by yours truly, Justin Tucker.
Expect this to definitely be a much more offensive matchup, but it disappointed. Not a lot of firepower in this one. Defensive battle instead.
Yeah, I think we were expecting fire. It looks like Joe Mixon's, getting on the yards per carry on the positive side of things, which is nice to see. Jamar Chase had 12 targets. Lamar Jackson led the team in rushing.
Missing T. Higgins was big.
Yeah, but wasn't he active?
He was, but he barely played.
He got me 0 points
Yeah,
in a game I needed.
He didn't play, dude.
It was not that exciting of a game. Mandrews did Mandrews things, man.
What'd he do?
He scored a touchdown, 8 catches, 89 yards.
Yeah. Devin Duvernay's been a real pleasant surprise for that Baltimore team.
I think he's still hit or miss.
Nah, every game he's been playing, he had a good role. He ran the ball 5 for 54. He's good, man. He's electric.
He had 5 carries for 54 yards?
No, he only had like 1 or 2.
3 carries for 24.
There you go.
What do you think about J.K. Dobbins?
I love him.
Rest of season?
Ain't a lot of people I like more than him, man. I love him.
What about Samaje Perine?
Ain't much to him, man. He plays third downs. Not that good.
Luke's in like a businessman mode. I
Samaje-
figured out your perfect nickname.
What is it?
Lululemon.
I don't like it already.
Because you're schoolboy Lou, and you love lemons.
You can call me Schoolboy Lemon.
What about Lululemons?
What about Big Leg Todd?
What about Schoolboy Lumen?
Schoolboy Lumen. I can do that.
What about Scuba Lumen?
What about Lemon Boy Q?
Lemon Boy Lou.
Lemon Boy Lou. That's the one, baby.
Lemon Boy Lou, man. We got a
Lemon
new
Boy-
one, man.
That's the one, dude. That's my new name.
Lemon Boy Lou.
Just call me Lemon
Man,
Lou.
we just workshopped that from the ground all the way to the top floor.
Yeah, you're pretty creative when it comes to doing stuff
I
like
couldn't have
that.
done it without you, man.
I think we both together really bring the best out of our creativeness.
I agree, dude. That's why we have this podcast and this platform, and we have so many sponsors.
Yeah, we need to get on that ayahuasca.
All right. Last but not least, the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Ooh, this is heartbreaking.
It's a divisional.
Raiders 29, the Chiefs emerge victorious with a big 30 burger.
Victorious.
It was some, big plays by Devontae Adams and Derek Carr. Josh Jacobs is really good at football.
Shout out Josh Jacobs, man.
Real good. JJ Square.
I've been a believer. He's finally proven himself because they declined his fifth-year option, and now he loves football again.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, it's 607. He stinks.
I've been telling you, man. You didn't believe me at
He
first.
should have sold him while he could.
Now you
dude.
believe it.
Dude, he stinks.
I know.
And then Travis Kelce over here getting 27 yards on 7 catches for 4 touchdowns.
I've never seen that stat line before.
It's never happened. No one's had. I mean, It's crazy.
4 touchdowns
And
alone
and
is
7
crazy.
catches for 27
But then
yards.
25 is just like, what in the world happened out there?
I don't know, man. Travis Kelce scores a lot of touchdowns. He's real good.
4 touchdowns, man. That's gonna inflate his season total touchdowns.
I think he's the wide receiver 2 on the season.
I ain't surprised. We should all known that.
The RB1.
That's just what he does, year in and year out. Oh, this is the year he comes down. No, he's different.
I have a yearning to go against the grain.
Yeah, you hate Travis Kelce, secretly.
It's not a secret.
Oh, you were. I thought normally you try to play the.
I try to play at PC, but I don't like him.
I know you don't.
But he's good at football.
He's a good guy.
No, dude, he reminds me of Jackson Mahomes.
No. Different family.
Patrick doesn't remind me of Jackson.
He reminds me.
I actually saw a video on on Instagram because Patrick Mahomes goes over to his family before the game
Oh gosh.
and he kissed his wife and he barely looked at Jackson. Jackson like nodded his head and he was wearing like those Pit Viper glasses. And one of the comments was like, with those glasses on, he finally it like looks like a man or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very mean.
I mean, I don't
But
really
you could
care.
tell he was trying to be tough guy because he just nodded at Patrick. He didn't even go in for a handshake or nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
He just had those pitties on and he was having a pita party.
Good for him. Hope he's doing good.
Lemon Boy Lou.
Howdy.
Dude, he's got the scoop on the lemons.
Yeah, I give him out.
You don't have anything else you want to... Oh, Devontae Adams pushing the cameraman.
He sure did.
He's getting sued.
Is he?
Yeah, he's pressing charges.
For what? Getting
And he said
pushed?
But it said his injuries are not life-threatening.
Injuries? He got pushed.
Yeah, he might have whiplashed his head, got a concussion.
Oh my gosh. What is this world coming to?
Dude, the guy was tiny.
He was?
He was a little... Go watch the replay, dude. He might have hit his head on something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But still, dude, you just suing someone all the time?
No, dude, he was doing his job.
Yeah, but
Devontae got angry.
you got in the way of a professional football player and
yeah,
you ran
that doesn't
into
mean,
him.
That doesn't mean...
No, I don't condone it, but still, like, the whole, I'm going to sue him. I'm hurt because he pushed me. Like, come on, dude. These guys have never been in no school fist fight, man.
He probably really hasn't.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know. I think it's fine.
You got anything else on the topic?
I might sue him as well. You know?
Yeah, he just got a big Brinks truck backed into his backyard. He's got a Taco Bell in his house.
I'm going to say, hey, I felt vulnerable when you pushed that little man over with the camera and you owe me $30,000.
You should ask for $1 million. You probably get $30,000.
That's what I'm saying. I just need $30K. I'll be good.
Or ask for that Taco Bell in his living room.
Oh, yeah. That.
Would you like to work at Devontae Adams' house, Taco Bell?
Absolutely not. Unless he was paying me like 6 figures. I'll
Would you
give
wanna-
him a burrito for
Would
free.
you want a Taco Bell in your house?
No. I would. I don't think I would.
What if I...
Maybe for like a week or like a weekend. I would abuse it, yeah, but if it
I
was
would-
there 24 hours a day, I'd be looking like, Mr. Clean with big body.
I would want to run this Taco Bell in your house.
You
And
Go
you'd
ahead.
come up to the counter, and I'd be busy in the drive-thru, even though there isn't. Like, sir, will be right with you. I'm at the drive-thru right now, dude.
There's no one there.
I'm just talking to myself.
I'd probably there'd probably be a lot of strange items behind that counter that I
You'd
threw at
probably
you.
jump the counter and make yourself a quesadilla.
I'd probably throw a lot of things at you.
I feel like you'd have an overabundance of Baja Blast.
Yeah, I'd abuse that for a little
And
bit.
a lot of Diablo sauce.
Or fire. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I have a lot of Gordita Crunches ready to go. I would just literally
You would
eat.
probably
I would
just
eat
throw them at me. I'd be sitting on the couch and you just like...
one Gordita Crunch. Crunchwrap Supreme.
you just like,
Coming in hot.
you just like throw it super hard at me. I'm just like chilling.
I would literally just make myself a meal at midnight and have a good time. Get those little cinnamon twist, maybe now.
Yeah, like I wouldn't necessarily like want someone working there, but if I had like the whole kit, like the whole,
Just go whip yourself up one.
like the whole Taco Bell back room. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably do that. Experiment with it, you know.
Yeah, but I would be behind the counter.
No, dude,
I'd be
I
the
can make my
manager.
own.
So you can't come back here, man.
I'm gonna go full Karen on you.
That would be a fun experience.
That'd be a good skit too.
Yeah, like adding on to the Devonte Adams like commercial.
Yeah.
I could make it real like.
Like Devontae's going to order from you, like from there, and then I'm like the Karen waiting in line behind him.
Golly, what's taking this guy?
It's like, yeah, just going off.
Always taking your food back to the kitchen.
Where's the manager? Let me speak to somebody, man, about this Gordita Crunch, man. I asked for no cheese. This guy put double cheese.
Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of Forget What You Heard. As always, thank you for the support. We love you guys. We do it for you. You guys have a great week. Peace, love, and happiness.
Crip Mac.